And welcome back to The Nose Plays Endless Legend. We're getting very close to finishing this game with the Roving clans, and I'm not sure if we're going to play so long as to actually get to the very end of the game, but we're definitely going to go a little bit further until it's very clear that we're either basically going to win or basically going to lose to the enemies that we made last game. So last game, we went ahead and formed an alliance with the Elayi because they were really the only ones willing to do it reasonably. But more importantly, we created an enemy in the Forgotten. And the reason that we're creating an enemy of the Forgotten is basically that they have grown, at least score-wise, so powerful that they're significantly ahead of everybody else. The only faction, or the only group that currently stands between them is me and the Elayi together have a score that combines to be slightly higher than theirs. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're actually closer to winning. And so at some point we're going to have to go on the offensive with these guys. And we will definitely be doing that soon. I've also considered bringing the Broken Lords into our alliance and combining a three-way alliance against the Forgotten. I think that would be one way to almost definitely assure that we get victory. We have a couple of things going on before we get to that. We have a hero over here trying to complete our faction quest. However, I neglected to pay attention to the quest. She is only level 6, and it requires a level 7 hero. And I don't have an easier way to really get a level 7 hero over here because, well, I guess I do have a level 7 hero. I was going to say, I don't think we have a hero that's level 7 yet, but actually, Waira Seago is level 7, and that has to do with the fact that he's in the capital city, and so he's been able to crank out a lot of industry and hence a lot of buildings, and that's what's leveled him up slightly faster, even though we got him much later in the game. We need to collect something like... Yeah, so maybe that is what we do. Let's double check the quest. Okay, here we go. Raise a hero to 7. They will then have to experience... They will have the experience necessary to decrypt the temple ruins in Randar. So I think what we can do is just swap those two heroes. Alright, well, I was going to run around and grab XP, but maybe we just run back here and swap heroes. Let's run back there first, because she has more movement speed. And while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and equip him in a way that makes sense. So what do we got? Tier 1 dust and a quest item. He does have the movement trinket, which I never did swap back out. He also has the roads of dust. We could take this off of him and replace it with army damage boost for 1 turn. Okay. And then she can have this replaced by that, except for the fact that we don't actually have enough glass steel right now. I need to buy a little bit. So glass steel's not too cheap. I currently have 4. I need 7. Oh yeah, we have enough. And I can't actually do this yet. I have to switch her with him first. Okay, so then we'll click the right button, great. Unassign. And then assign a new hero. There we go. And then back to the capital. Make sure he's going there. And the capital is here. And we want to assign her to this task, and then swap that for that. And while we're at it, we might swap that for that. She's not going to be moving for a while, so it's probably good. Okay, anything else that I need to do right this second? We moved everybody over to food to get this up to 12. Once this is at 12, we can build our last major borough that we need to create a very, very nice triangular city. Triangular cities are the best cities in terms of maximizing your output of both influence and approval. And I'll try to explain how that works here in a minute. We'll take a look at the city tiles and explain that. But basically, what happens when you lay boroughs down is that the low-level cities, when you expand, have negative approval, but the leveled up tiles in the middle of your city, so all of these tiles in the center of our city, have positive approval. And so this positive approval outweighs the negative approval generated by the ones on the edges that are not leveled up. And a triangular city in this game minimizes the number of edge tiles to 3. So if you build a triangular city, you will never have more than 3 tiles in a true triangle that are negatively providing negative approval to your city as a whole. Boy, I stumbled over that. So if you build any other shape, you will have multiple corners, and the corners of any other shape will provide negative approval, but a triangle minimizes basically one or more of the corners. So that is the benefit of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more demon. Okay, it's right here. Let's try to expand these real quick. And zoom back out. And we did quite a bit on this turn. I think one thing that we really should consider doing is buying out one more settler and grabbing another city. Okay. Yeah, I have to put this in the front of the queue because this takes food. There's weird interactions with settlers that are kind of annoying. We did have this guy's army over here, but he is very friendly with us. I checked last time. They're blood brothers, so they're unlikely to pose us any threat. I don't think there's a lot else we needed to get done this turn, so let's go ahead and get this done. And actually, that was kind of dumb in a sense, because we put all of the people on food. We should have put them on production for a turn. We could buy that out, and we could buy that out. That should be good. Alright, let's run through our cities real quick and see if there's anything else. We have like 300 dust. Could buy out an adamantium extractor. Looks like that's the only thing we're going to be able to buy out. Titanium extractor. We're up to 5 titanium a turn, but 0 adamantium a turn. Yeah, let's buy that out for now. Start bringing that in. And that pretty much takes up all of our dust. Let's zoom out here a little bit. I made one critical error in placing these cities that I am going to have to take a little bit of time to rectify. And that is the fact that because I didn't put either of these cities on the coast, I can't build cargo docks, and without cargo docks, I can't provide sea trade. So the good news is, because we do have trade routes and an alliance with green, we're now getting more trade routes through green, but they're not as long as they could be if we had excuse me, they're not as long as they could be if we had cargo docks. So one of the very early things that I want to do with this city is build a cargo dock, and in order to do that, I'm going to need to get a coastal tile. Building on top of this red sand deposit will actually give us the extractor for that. Maybe I don't want to put it there. We can actually unlock a building that will make this a little bit easier and put a smaller hit on our approval for doing it. So we should probably do that instead. I don't have enough pearls right now. This takes 20 pearls to unlock, and so I need 30 pearls to get one. Might be worth it. Okay. Our hero can move now and should be able to complete this quest. When all else fails. So we got this. 25 adamantium. It seems that something defends the ancient place of power, but that is unsurprising. Destroy the defenders, 430 die. Haunts. Okay. This should be a non-factor, so we'll just go ahead and fight them. Yeah, they didn't get much damage off because we outnumbered them 2-1 on attacks. Alright, so we've got the 35 die. Let's do this in the right order. So we cleared that. We finished this. I cannot say if it was luck or wit that brought me there, but I found a region echoing with power and magic, full of strange reverberations of ancient civilizations and abundant dust. Okay. So now the quest is, in order to understand and reproduce the Well of Dust, our sciences must be highly advanced and trade routes must bring dust maximized. To begin with, we must research at least 10 technologies from Era 3. Era 3, huh? Well, we're in Era 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it looks like, in Era 3. So we're going to need to grab at least one more Era 3 tech. We could probably get it through trade. We definitely have the output to build the National Museum now, which is interesting. That would greatly increase our influence output, especially if we put this down in the capital. The National Arena adds 50% more influence, and the capital's already producing a fair amount because of its size. Is there any other technology that I really feel we need? Science is becoming less important. We have enough science. We're getting a lot of science through our trade routes. So science buildings are not as critical as they are for maybe other factions, since the trade routing is going so well. +3 food on exploitation tiles. This actually will help our cities grow a lot faster. We passed over the food tech here, and so growth has been kind of a problem, except in the capital. if I look at it from this point of view, which technology is going to provide us more dust? There's very little that are going to provide us more dust. Science will get us to bigger, better dust buildings more quickly, but by the time we get the science buildings down, it may be moot. We might have already reached that point. Plows, however, could potentially grow our city's population, which in turn increases our dust output. So let's go with that. 2 to 22 turns away from winter. I want to double check that. It does look like we're going to be able to outfit our military with some nice palladium weapons, which will basically make them incredibly powerful. And then, because we're all the way out here with this hero, I guess we just start searching. We're not bringing a settler for a shield that's not even that useful. One thing that I do notice about this region is that while these villages have been destroyed, they have not been taken over by pink, which means that we actually have a real chance of potentially getting more expansion into these regions. The problem we're going to have is I'm able to produce 60 a turn. We currently need 65 wine. So we're going to be down a short period of time on our wine booster. And this is really what's sustaining our higher approval ratings. And then these other ones, 8 a turn, 12 a turn. We'll be able to do that for a while. Quicksilver's only 6 a turn, so that one's not going to be indefinitely sustainable. 9 would be, and 0. So, really, only wine and Quicksilver are the problematic resources for us expanding beyond our means. One more would put us at 70. If we do get the food tech going, we're going to be able to grow our cities in size, which also helps eventually take care of problems with trade. The biggest problem I see with trade right now is that Green has been unwilling or unable to build cargo docks at this point. And because of that, we're not getting any trade routes going this direction, which really kind of stinks. I do need to take care of this army. We could potentially assign one of our heroes over there and fight that pretty easily, I think. Okay. So if I get... Let's see. There is dust orchid deposits. Glass, steel, titanium, and a palladium. This is actually pretty valuable territory. Out of curiosity, do we have very many sites with the tier 3? We do. We have mithrite. We have at least one site with hyperium. Only one site. So hyperium is actually our weakest link in terms of the later strategic resources. We have tons of mithrite. We do have a stockpile of hyperium at this point, so we could build a few buildings in the capital, maybe like 1 or 2 buildings in the capital. And then we have all these adamantium deposits, but we've been focusing on the palladiums because they provide better weapons, in my opinion. And I wanted to get the production up so that by the time winter gets here, we have enough of this that we can actually do something. So the real question is, what do I do with this army? Is it a matter of searching for... This is still showing... we're going to have to come back here So we need to finish the technologies and then come back here, I'm sure. Alright, well, in that case, I guess we're just going to roam around and grab as many ruins. Ooh. Hello. He's got a stack of 8 military units to our 6. He's got lots of cavalry and a few assassins. Stat-wise, they are at 100 attack, 120 defense, and almost 100 damage compared to our numbers, which are not nearly as high. We're going to be doing very low damage against those units. Yeah, this is not good. So we don't want to be around these guys. I guess we'll head that way and grab that one. Alright, what else do we need to do, if anything? I think that's probably it. Get that army moving away from the Forgotten. We definitely need the Palladium upgrades. Construction has been blocked. Invalid. Oh, yes. Because the settler filled our last slot. I should have put them maybe in a different order. I can get this settler to the coast. It looks like there's some thunderstorms over there, but I don't think they're going to hit me if I stand in that tile. And then I should be able to get across the water and... we have a city that is sieged. Okay, we knew this was going to be a problem. What's the cheapest military unit I can build? Well, let's see. Those are infantry class. Let's buy this out for a turn. And then we'll be able to upgrade him. With dust armor or whatever. There we go. Even better. And then health, improved life. That's a significant amount of life. Glory or death as morale bonuses. So if he gets surrounded, he gets bonus morale, which actually is likely. We'll apply that and we'll build him. Alright. Units level it up, I don't care about. Plow factory in 3 turns. Everybody's building something, and we'll deal with this next turn. I can't do anything about it this turn. They followed us. That's not... We are at peace with them, so they can't attack us outright. But the AI is known to move right up on you and then attack you on occasion. So we could get over here and parlay with this village. This is the lone village of this particular region. I just want to try to get as much XP as I can while we're waiting for this quest, so I guess that's what we'll do. I believe you do get a little bit of XP for parlays. And maybe bribes if the terms are not to our liking. Alright, I think everything is again in a good spot. Ready to move forward. Oh, there's a lot of stuff over here. Okay. Let's check our status of these guys. They're unafraid of us. Well, shoot. I guess we'll go up into this little cliff here and grab this then. I'm not going to mess with their city right now. We can reactivate our wine booster. We finish this. The Kazanji bring you a gift of dust. Keep the garrison full for 7 turns. Well, we can do that. And then we go zoom out and come back down here. We can take care of this now. So we can... Why will it not let me retrofit it? You cannot afford to retrofit. Well, now I can. That was weird. We should be able to win this. Yeah. That takes care of that army. And then we'll just keep him in the garrison for now. Or maybe we send him over here. I'm having hesitation with this constant expansion. Because I think it is going to cripple us at some point. But this tile here provides approval. This tile in particular is valuable as a potential spot for upgrading a cargo dock. I believe. Maybe not. There's the tiles here. Yeah, it is. Because you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 burrows around it. So we'll probably build right here. Then we can also expand onto this titanium deposit pretty early. Abbey of Anomaly can go there. Cargo dock can go there. And then we'll just finish out the triangle, so to speak. Keep in mind that special burrows do not count towards negative approval, so if you have like these little fingers sticking off your triangle, as long as they're not made of regular burrows, they don't provide the negative approval penalty. And so they're perfectly fine to have little hairs or corners or whatever you want to call them. Okay. What else do we need to do? Did we move where we needed to yet? That's going to be next turn, right? Yeah. We got a bunch of dust we could probably buy some things out with. Moonleaf extractor needs to be bought. This doesn't necessarily need to get done. Burrow needs to get done so that we can build the cargo dock. Spice extractor doesn't need to get done because we have more than enough spice at the moment. This city, the Moonleaf extractor, this is really obnoxious. There we go. Was Moonleaf even on here? I didn't even see Moonleaf on here. Yeah, we don't even have Moonleaf yet. So yeah, let's definitely get... Let's get the moonleaf rolling. Let's get the glass steel rolling. We have plenty of emeralds. This city does have a trade route already, so this building actually is beneficial. I'm not sure if it's more beneficial than any other one. Let's go ahead and buy it out. We can get that rebuilt. There's another one? Oh, there it is. All the way up there. And there we go. Lots and lots of resources in this particular city. We can't build that right now because we're building this instead, so. Do I need to get adamantium rolling? I might as well. I'm gonna have to buy these out eventually. And that uses up most of our dust. Is there anything we can finish off this turn? Finish another one of those off. Alright. Let's try to get this cargo docks done, maybe? So pink is moving through this area. They just haven't taken over this region yet for some reason. Oh, my computer's really chugging here. Alright, 120 dust. And this is with only 6. Alright, she leveled up rather quickly, sitting in the city there with all those people in the garrison. We'll go ahead and get her another point. We could increase her points on trade routes. We could allow trade routes with empires in Cold War, which we may want to do soon. And lots of trade route bonuses. This provides a 5% dust on city, and she's in the capital, so that's very strong. And also, this is pretty useful for a hero. So we're going to go ahead and move up the tier to that, and then we'll work on some of the other ones. Okay, one thing that I did forget to do is once we got this quest done, we no longer need everybody on production. We need them on food. Because we need to get this up to 12 so we can finish off our city and continue to get it to grow. Also, this is not where we want to build this building. We don't have dust in all of our tiles. But there was a city over here, I believe. One of these cities over here was particularly well suited for that. It might have been this one. Nope. So it's one of these down here. This city actually has a fair amount of room to expand. So maybe this is the one. Population's already at 8. Let's go ahead and do that, and then just start growing. The best type of city in this particular region is going to be a stick, not a triangle. So the stick will have slightly higher disapproval because the ends of the stick are always going to be unleveled, but everything within the stick is going to be leveled. And what do I mean by stick? Well, a stick is a tile that is 2 tiles wide in one direction and as infinitely long as you can make it in another direction. The problem is we get interrupted by a number of things. And so if I zoom out here and hit Control F10, you can see that there's a bunch of stuff that gets in the way, but it looks like we could go like, it's hard to say. So we could build a stick like these two tiles all the way across, all the way across, all the way across, and then right about here we start to lose value, but we can actually continue building all the way through. So by the time we get to these tiles, losing a little bit of value is not that bad. In addition to that, we can build a strategic extractor and a luxury extractor and an abbey of anomalies all within this, and a winter burrow. So if we start getting a lot of pearls, there's a lot of things we can do to minimize approval penalties for this expansion. We do miss out on some of these anomalies down here though, but they're not super great ones anyways, and this village kind of gets in the way of that. So yeah, let's do that. Let's start getting this city built. And I think we'll go ahead and throw down our first burrow wherever there's more industry perhaps. So maybe right there. What's going to provide us the most dust per turn? This is the building we wanted to build here, right? So let's just buy it out. And then maybe get one of our heroes here. She does have that. And then we want to move her garrison wherever that was. She was in a city that had a garrison somewhere. The city? One of these cities had a garrison. This one has a single unit. Alright. Which city is it? 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 6. Maybe we should have put it here. This city's also at 8. I already bought it out now, so it's kind of too late to change it. I think this is where she was at. Alright, well, we'll cancel that. We'll buy that out. We'll create a new army, and we'll move this army to our hero, which is here. Okay. Alright. That pretty much uses up all of our dust again. And this guy, go ahead and move over here and search this. Tome of Endless Savagery, Guardian Slayer. That might actually be helpful if we do end up running into any guardians. Okay, this is problematic. There are a bunch of roaming armies here. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of places to make landfall on this particular continent. How many turns is it going to take to move all the way around here? Too many. These guys are actually really dangerous. You need like a legit army to deal with them, which we may just have to buy out. But I really don't want to face them. I guess the question is, I think this tile we could make landfall here. So let's do it from there, and then we should be able to walk relatively safely over to one of the tiles that I was interested in. Taking more turns than I wanted to, but what are you gonna do? That's curious. That is not something that I'm okay with. Oh, we need to talk. We need to talk. We are going to close our borders to you. You are not coming in my territory and taking over my villages. Alright. That research has been complete. That should complete our quest. We'll come back to research here in a minute. Okay, those things have been completed. Hero has leveled up. Okay. That was a mistake to put a point there. I don't really have heavily forested regions. I'm not sure why I put that there. I must have just not been paying attention. You either want to go down this tree and make her a really good spy, or go down one of these other trees. She actually makes a reasonable military hero too. I guess we'll go up this way. Yeah, there's not a lot going on with her at the moment. That's really useful in terms of hero skills. Population is growing. The dark season has begun. Winter is here. We do get a discount on all of our palladium weapons. Now here's the problem. The army that I really need to outfit with palladium weapons is still roaming around over here in the middle of nowhere. I'm not really interested in dealing with that. Coming back over here. Please come back. Did I miscount? Let's go back to the quest. What is the quest? The quest is 10 technologies in Era 3. Era 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am confused as to why mothers. Oh, this is not part of that quest. This is part of this quest. I just assumed that it was part of that other quest. We've already completed that other quest, and if I got through the rest of this, I would see that already. Okay. They're mad at us because... Interesting. They would like uncommon alloys for a large cache of Hyperion. I would like to counter proposal. I don't want your Hyperion, but enlighten trade. +1 trade routes max on cities. Anything that provides dust. Town criers provides a lot of dust. They don't want to give us that. harvester. Cultural indoctrination, Signal Corps. So they're willing to give us statistical methods, but that's about it. I don't really see the point in statistical methods for us at this place in the game. I could probably get public granaries and hydrology, but I don't think that those are really all that useful. So what I'm probably going to do instead is try to grab one of these other techs and then give them something else in addition to uncommon alloys. Town criers. There's a lot of dust, and we actually do have a fair amount of those deposits, but we don't have the ability to mine them yet. I think just the trade routes, right? Alright, so that throws us way on the other side of things. And they really aren't interested. What if I give you dust alchemy? And I have tons of spice. I can give you some spice. Not enough. I could give you all of the dust water, which we have 0 income for, and that puts it positive. Alright, they've accepted that. So now we know what we need to do is get trade routes running in all of our new cities. Extra trade routes. I don't care about that. The cult does not bow to outside demands, but we see that in this case we have little choice. Yes, you do. Proposed contract. They want some grass silk for some titanium. My counter proposal will always be, in the short term, for all of your glass steel. Do you have any technologies? None that are... That's interesting. +7 trade routes, max on city. What is this? I don't know what this is, but I want it. This must be a really high-level tech. Can we get you guys in the alliance? If I give you... Will you take spices? Not enough spices to get them in the alliance. Is there anything that you like more than spice? Just the grass silk. Alright. They've refused. They have a map embargo. Alright, so where was that tech that they had? Is it this one? Yeah, it's... So they're not that far ahead of us, but they do have that tech already. Okay, we definitely need to get the extractors. We could use another minor faction assimilation. We really need to get that. Because we can't build some things until we get that done. So let's get that going. And this army doesn't need to be over here, but it really does need to be in our territory. So how fast can we get it there? We want to get it there before the end of winter. Because that's going to allow us to retrofit that army with Palladian weapons, which we should check on the cost of. So, cost of Palladian, well, let's first take a look at what we have. So, right now, we're sitting with only 56 attack and 52 damage on our archers. With this upgrade, we get 100 attack, over 100, and 76 damage. Much, much better. We could also potentially, the defense is pretty low. We could also potentially go with this, which has similar damage, not as good attack, and then the dust shield I think is the best. That only gives us 66 defense. %, defense, 15% attack, or 15% health. 15% health is probably the one that you would want for the most sustainability. But I think we just go with the big bows. Alright, so we'll apply that design for now. And then our dervish need weapons made of palladium. It looked like the Unfallen had a lot of cavalry units. They were using one of the minor factions that counts as a cavalry unit. So these anti-cab spears might actually be very, very useful in taking those units down. And then our demon design can have Sweep Strike Back 4, which is very, very powerful. We could also take Range Slayer. I didn't see a lot of ranged units. They do start with or have a very early ranged unit, but I think we're going to go with that. One of the things to remember is that the cost that it's showing here is not the actual cost, because that is before the retrofit reductions that you get for having certain techs and certain things. So like the 30% discount is not applied on that screen, it's applied here. So we only need 44 to get this entire army retrofitted, which we do have. We just need to get into our own territory to do it. Alright. We are able to make landfall this turn. We can pick up those pearls and go settle our city next turn. And we have 3k dust. I'm gonna spend the dust because we want to build this. That's going to cost 5,000 dust. I'll go ahead and buy that out, and we'll get some production working on this, and then we'll worry about the rest of it later. Also, I have this one Kasai. I need to move her down to him, which is pretty easy to do, and then we can get her in here. And it says that we can't afford this turn. Why is that? It's because we're low on titanium. I can get a bunch of titanium back by going through the queues and taking out any of those that have not already been worked on. So we have a lot of ways to build titanium up if we need to. this one go. Why is this set to infinite? Oh, because we already built it here. Okay. Yeah, just keep working on that. Also, this is the time in the game where we need to move a few population over to food, just to make sure that we're still getting population growth. Let's continue what, 2. I just want to be positive. It doesn't have to be by a lot, but it does have to be above 0. Oh, back 1. And this is actually, it's probably an easier screen to deal with some of this. You can actually do a lot of stuff from this screen if you're willing to. I just don't. But you really could. You can actually come here and you can move population around, you can change your things, you can buy stuff out. So this is actually a really helpful screen. I don't use it as often as I probably should. You can sort things by population, so if you need your highest population city or the city producing the most dust. Or if you need to look for a specific resource. Very, very helpful. I just get really used to using this screen. Okay, see what we can do here. I need to build another military unit to max out that garrison. Resource boosters for both of these can just be restarted. It's actually pretty decent timing for that because we're about to drop another city here. And we're going to use our 4K dust to buy out all of the basics. Starting with the most expensive. Alright, so all of those have been bought out. Right of way is not that important because this particular region cannot make trade routes until this is bought out, which we actually could afford right now. So I guess, yeah, let's go ahead and build that. Grass silk, quicksilver. The titanium extractor we're going to build this guy on. Guess we'll go ahead and grab that since we have the cargo dock. I don't have enough water tiles to justify dust filtration, but we can throw it in the queue. Anything else? We need to build some military units here. Unfortunately, military units are very expensive and I'm saving up to retrofit, so we're not going to build one right this second. What I am going to do is check on our army, which is still quite a few turns from getting to where we need to get to retrofit them. They stole a technology from us. That's probably the least offensive thing that they could do. And we need one more military unit in this city. I have 2, 3 archers. Yeah. Let's build a dervish and buy him out. That'll max this out and make sure that she's getting the most XP per turn that she can be getting. And then we'll retrofit this army next turn. Bringing in 3 per turn. We might have to buy a few palladium to get that second army retrofitted, but then we'll have 2 retrofitted armies with reasonable weapons. World event has ended, so that's 700 with 141 per turn, and we're over 10 turns away. This moving along. We also have the army of demons here. Being able to retrofit this is going to be difficult because we'll need the titanium. So titanium's actually kind of become a bottleneck for us. Any of our sites that can build titanium probably should. That needs to get done. Does it really though? Not with this building producing what it is. Let's take a look at this demon and let's build something that is made entirely out of dust, just so we're not putting as much strain on our economy. And then take this off, and he's got improved life. What is the other? I think it's health regeneration is the other one. So we could add sharp senses, which is defense against ranged attacks. That actually kind of makes sense because these guys are weak to ranged attacks. Damage is amplified for most ranged attacks. They have Flyer, Slayer, or whatever it is. The other option is regeneration, which would put +2 life per level after the round. That's really weak. I think I would rather have protection from ranged attacks. So go ahead and do that, and then I should be able to retrofit this army if I select all of them. Okay, so we can retrofit this army next turn. $2,000 dust to do that. And then we have 3 stacks of armies that are very, very potent. That's what I was afraid of. We're gonna have to take this army out, actually, and deal with those. We'll assign the hero. Should probably be gathering pearls anyways, but... Oh, that's bad. No, we don't want to be on ice. That quest has failed. We know the city's being besieged. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately, until we get that army up there. I've got to be careful that I'm not on the ice when it melts. Crap. It's going to take me 2 turns. Alright, so we did make it here. We need approximately 10 palladium. We can buy that. Retrofit. And now that army is up to speed. Also, our heroes need to consider palladium weapons. Let's take a look at what our hero would be. So 89 and 109. Yeah, so the Palladian crossbow is better than the quest crossbow we've been using. This is going to be even better, but we lose some defense. I'm not sure. We also have this quest shield made of adamantium, which we have a large stockpile of, actually. What if we did this and that? What does that look like compared to the regular shield? So this is the shield I had. 205 and 96. Some 30 more hit points and 15 or so more defense. So that's better. This is just better. I need 4 more palladium. In order to get that, we can buy 2 and do it real quick just so I don't forget. We'll want to do it with the other hero too next turn. Army damage boost. I could actually drop this for army health boost, which is a dust trinket. It gives all of the units in your army more health. There's also an army initiative boost, but I'm less inclined to bother with that. But since this guy's going to be out and about for a little while, alright, anything else that we need to do? Wow. So yellow's been busy expanding into this area back here, it looks like. In fact, it almost feels like they're at war, but okay. He is officially at war with yellow. Unfortunately, I can't declare war on yellow. But yellow is wiping out my ally and making this nearly a foregone conclusion. Because it's basically going to come down to me now. Yeah, he's taken the lead again against us. So, if we go to Cold War, I should be able to attack his units in this guy's territory. And then I can go to that and market ban him all in one turn. Now, I could have probably done something else to get all this done. I could have gone through here and offered to market ban. I guess it doesn't allow you to use market ban over here. I thought it did. The only thing I have over here is declare war on. That's curious that it's allowing me to even make this offer. Oh no, this is him. I'm asking him to declare war on one of these two. He's already done it. I don't have declare war over here. I thought that there was a section where you could market ban an enemy. They're not interested in a vision and map exchange. None of these dust. Actually, they do want dust. Alright, they accepted that. That'll give me vision of all their territory. And I can see where his yellow's armies are, potentially. So yellow is sieging this city up here. So let's see if we can get involved in that fight. Probably not before it's over. But we can get close to it. And this army is pretty potent, although it's only 6 units compared to 8. But we might be able to get involved in that fight. Man, he's got it. So, like, there's really no way to get over here without coming across the water. Well, next turn we can be in that tile, and if there is a fight, I think we could be part of it. I haven't spent enough time with alliances and helping alliances in battles to know exactly how a siege works. And if you attack a siege with an allied unit armies nearby, I think they can participate. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. So we might be able to help that city out. I don't know if it'll be enough, but I would like to find out. He's got an army coming down from the south too, or from the north. Okay, so he probably got vision on our armies moving in. Which is why he left. Alright, I don't want to move on the ice. We'll hope that next turn we should be able to get to this across the ice. Actually, I have the ship, so I shouldn't be worried about the ice, right? Because if the ice melts, we should just go into our ships. I'm hesitant, but I'm pretty sure we won't die. If you don't have the ship technology and you're on an ice shelf once it melts, your units just die, which really sucks. Yes, I know that that's blocked. I guess move this to the front of the queue. And if you get that done, work on trade route stuff. Alright, we got that research done, so we can start building those. We need to get our armies up to fighting strength. And actually, I need to look at the technologies here. Where is it here? Military reserves. Which one of these technologies provides privateers? So there's a technology that you can get with the with any faction really that allows you to recruit privateers or turn your basic military units into mercenaries, and that is one of the very few ways that you are able to offensively attack, but it's very late apparently. Am I just missing it? It's got to be one of these. Build fortifications. Militia. I thought it was this one. What am I missing here? I'm very confused. I know there's a way to do it. I must just be getting something confused with Endless Space 2. I thought for certain there was a way to convert your units into privateers in this game. But maybe it is you just have to buy mercs. Pop that booster. In which case we need to go here and just start buying mercs. There aren't any very good ones. There won't be. Huh. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some research. But I think this is actually about 10 turns, so this is probably a good place to go ahead and end the video while I do some research off camera. We'll finish out this turn and then we'll save it. It's looking pretty grim for us though, unfortunately. With the fact that yellow is getting beat, unless yellow can start to fight back and take back some of their territory, I'm afraid we're probably doomed to lose to yellow. If we look at the... Well, let's finish out the rest of the turn. Is there anything else that I need to do? I need this unit to have orders queued up to move over here. I need this unit to search that. And then move in defense of green. So green's trying to take this city. We can't offensively help him with that, unfortunately. But we can move here and get another research done. Alright. We're 2 turns away from that being completed. We'll just kind of play defense for our ally here, and if he brings any more armies over here, I should be able to attack them while they're in my ally's territory. Is there anything else I want to do? No, I think that's pretty much it. So we'll go to the status screen and we'll see that yellow has taken off. They're 25% of the way towards an economic victory. So we're falling further and further behind economically. The only way we're going to be able to do anything to this is if we can get everybody united against them and take back a bunch of their territory. But that's going to be difficult to do with the Broken Lords. And this is one of the problems with the Broken Lords is their inability to play very offensively. So if you get behind, you don't really have a great way to intervene in what other factions are doing. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. If you guys are enjoying the series, please let me know. It will help me to stay motivated to continue a particular game. Otherwise, I find the beginning of the game much more compelling, as I've said many times, and I'll probably be starting some new games in the future of Endless Legend. So if you have a particular faction you'd like to see me play, or you want to see a particular mechanic explored more, the comment section is a great place to let me know that. Until next time, this has been the Noseblades, and you guys have a great day.